Hey Keepers, this is Tyler with Renegade GK. So today we're going to take just a few minutes to look into the materials and the specs of our Renegade GK gloves. You know, one of the important things about our gloves is that every single aspect of the glove is very intricately designed and thought out in terms of what specs we're going to include on our different gloves. So just the overall structure of the gloves we wanted to address first. What you'll see here on this Fury Sub-Z is the fact that we've offered an expanded cut. Now all that really means is that the actual latex is cut in a fashion that allows your fingers to really be spread apart in a natural catching position. If you think about it, you're not going to catch the ball like this, so why would we cut the latex like that? And really the only reason other brands and manufacturers do that is actually to save money, because they're allowed, or they're able to cut back on the amount of latex that they're going to utilize in the actual manufacturing process. So for us, it's not an opportunity to cut corners, it's really an opportunity to really give you a much better glove and a much better feel. So that's the expanded cut that you'll find on all of our gloves, and it's the way the fingers kind of spread out just like so. The other thing we wanted to address just on the overall structure of the gloves is the pre-arched palm. So you can see it really nicely here in the Vulcan Abyss from the side angle. The pre-arched palm is more so the fact that, you know, we want to consider with youth goalkeepers and all goalkeepers to lead with those fingertips, right? That's how you're supposed to properly catch a ball anyhow. So we have that pre-arch palm, and also if you turn it this way, you have that kind of pre-arch as well as the expanded cut. So therefore you've got the arch towards the ball and then a natural catching position. So these two elements are really just to help you guys catch the ball a lot easier. And it's just, you know, I wouldn't say it's a high end. I would just consider it to be what we feel is really just an element that should be on all gloves, to be fair. So looking a little bit closer, obviously, we want to make sure that we look into the internal elements of the glove, but first, the palm. All right, so with a lot of our gloves in the palms, you're going to see numbers that look and sound something like 3 plus 3 mm or 3.5 plus 3 mm. And what that's really representing is the latex and the backing. So in a lot of our gloves, as we take a closer look here, you'll see that the black on this particular color swatch is the latex, so that's a 3.5. And then the backing is what we call and consider a composite. So all of our gloves in the palm materials have the latex, the 3 or the first number, and then that backing, which is really just an additional layer of foam and support. So when you go to catch that ball, it's that extra absorbent layer. With our gloves, again, we're not skimping here. This is a really integral part of your experience and success when you wear a pair of our gloves. You can see it again here when you look in. Now obviously the white layer, that white layer there is the latex, and then as I tilt here, you can kind of pick up again that layer of foam, that extra layer of composite padding. That padding is again just going to help with the absorption when we talk about making a save. You know, one of the other aspects when we look at our gloves on the palm is the fact that we've got this what's called a V-notch. You know, and that element is very simple. It just allows for more mobility in the thumb when you go to make a save, wrap the thumb around the ball. We don't want to, you know, provide an opportunity for there to be any restriction in your movement on the thumb specifically. And then last but certainly not least, you'll notice on a lot of our Renegade gloves, or on all of our Renegade gloves, we have what's called a thumb wrap. So what that really is the latex on the thumb wraps around from the palm to the back of the thumb. All right, that thumb wrap just provides more surface area for you to make a save, and it's just it typically is a higher end element, but we think again that should be a standard element to help you make those saves a little bit more confidently. All right, so then when we go from the, you know, you've also got the palm material here, we've got a cross section of a finger. So you're looking at a finger of one of the Renegade gloves, the torch. All right, we want to give you a chance to kind of look a little bit closer. All right, so you see again the bottom latex, that padding. If I flip it around, all right, I want you to take just a real close look here. Again, the bottom, the palm. We've got what are called gussets. These gussets are not only added ventilation. This is a box cut glove, so this is a nice little look at the box cut. But with all of our gloves that have those gussets in there, you see this gray added foam. It's really a padding so that therefore you have a little bit more support, a little bit more padding around those fingers. And obviously it does not cut back on the ventilation. So you're going to see with all the gussets in the gloves that we have that offer this, that air mesh foam material, you're going to have that nice little ventilation piece there. All right, so then kind of carrying on as we go from the palm, we'll take a look at the backhand of the glove. Now, you know, the backhand of the glove we try to keep the designs not simple, but obviously visually appealing, but we're selecting designs and materials that hopefully work best for the keeper. You know, we have that ventilation, that air mesh ventilation there. All right, so you know all of our gloves have some element of ventilation so that it's really suitable so that the sweat and the hand can breathe when you're in the middle of playing. All right, so you've got air mesh there, you've got some here. You'll see it over if we look at the torch, another that cross section, some air mesh, and then you even have ventilation here on the backhand by the removable finger safe zipper. So that zipper, we'll show you on the Volt here in a second, but you've got that nice zipper that's built into the backhand. The finger saves, if you don't want them, they can come right out, not a problem at all. The glove's not gonna perform any differently for those of you keepers out there that are wearing our gloves without the finger saves in. You know, catch another video on the finger saves as far as that topic goes, but real simple, nice finger save zipper so that you can remove those finger saves out for you, all right? So again, that's pretty much it with the backhand. The latex is described in a couple other videos, so we're not gonna really take a look at that in this particular video. But prior to moving on to the base of the glove or the strap of the glove, we want to take a look again at this cross section, because this particular aspect of the backhand is really what makes Renegade GK gloves so special. All right, so we have the palm material here just to kind of give you a point of reference. That's the palm of the glove, backhand's up here. We want to allow you to see all of the padding in here, and what you'll find on Renegade GK gloves, again, we don't encourage you to necessarily cut them in half like we've done, but if you were to do so, you're going to notice that you've got about 10 millimeters of additional padding and support. You know, why is that important? Why should we include that? Well, it's an element that allows when you guys go to punch the ball or you go to flex the hand forward and make a save, it's going to give you that additional padding. All right, so just to break it down nice and simple for you, I know you're looking at a lot of different layers here, but this composite is really critical to the performance of the gloves. All right, this white layer in the middle, this particular layer is an additional layer of latex. It's a padding, and where that's going to come into play is if you see these gray elements here, these little gray, really what it is just a soft foam, all right? Those particular, that section is where the finger save actually is inserted in the back of the glove. You know, this additional layer of latex and foam, what that's going to do is that's going to give you that additional comfort, again, when you're wearing those finger saves in that glove. You know, no different here with the backhand. You can see the white, the foam, very similar to the palm. So that's that high-end element that we want to make sure we include for you guys. All right. So as we kind of go down and take a look at the strap, you know, we have a very simple strap, but we try to keep it simple because there are certain elements that you just don't cut corners on when it comes to keeper gloves. You know, with this particular strap, we've got what's called the cuff. The cuff is the actual thing that touches the wrist when you put this glove on. For a lot of our gloves, we've got neoprene. The great thing about neoprene is the fact that it's really supportive on your hand. It's not going to really overlap a whole lot. That's the great aspect of these Renegade gloves. And then obviously, when you look at that, the fit is so critical. You got the nice Velcro strap, 360 degree on the actual strap itself, added support for young keepers, old keepers, everyone wearing goalkeeper gloves. You want to have that 360 degree strap. A fantastic puller just to help you kind of pull on that strap, get it nice and tight and snug to fit your particular style and liking. And then last but certainly not least is we've got this, it's definitely for whatever reason a high-end element, but for us it's an element that we keep on all of our gloves. It's that puller. It's definitely extremely helpful in putting the first glove on, but we tend to find it more useful when putting on the second glove when you've actually got another glove on your hand. It just gives you that added bit of grip here to pull that glove down on the wrist so you can wrap those things up and get ready to go train and play. We hope this is super informative. You know, from us to you guys, it's really critical that you understand the passion that we have for the Renegade GK gloves, and when we set out to make a new glove or a new series, we really put a lot of thought and effort into giving you the very best glove that we possibly can. Keep the questions coming. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to email us, send us a message, or really give us a call, and we'd be more than happy to help you guys find your next pair of Renegade GK gloves. Thanks so much.